Hey seniors, welcome to day 2 of Benchmark Review. Super excited, game days in 1 week. And today's going to be a good practice day, I can feel it. Alright, today we're going to be talking about determining solutions to equations and then also functions. We'll get to the functions part in a second. Let's go ahead and remember what determining solutions mean. Alright, so on your notes page, go ahead and draw your line. In the top left hand corner, go ahead and write determining solutions. So, when determining solutions to equations, solve for your variable. Try to find the value of x or y or whatever the variable is in the problem. And just remember these rules. If x equals a number, it means one solution. So if I come out with my answer being x equals -7, one solution. If x equals x, infinite solutions. So if I come out with 8 equals 8, infinite solutions. Now, if I come out with x equals y, it means no solution. So if I come out with 3x equals, oh, that's a bad example. If I come out with -12 equals 23. -12 does not equal 23, it would be no solution. Let's do an example. Make sure you have this example down in your notes page. Teachers will be coming around to make sure that you have this. Alright, so the first thing I look for is, do I have to distribute? If I distribute through, I have 1/8 times x, which gives me 1/8x plus 3, because remember 1/8 times 24 will give me 3, equals 3/8x minus 5. Now, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 1/8x from both sides. Those will cancel out. I'm left with 3 equals 2/8x minus 5. To get x alone, I'm going to go ahead and add 5 to both sides. If I do that, I'm left with 8 equals 2/8x. Now, since this is a fraction, I see that this is already division. So in order to get x almost by itself, I'm going to have to multiply both sides by 8. If I do that, my x's will cancel out, my 8's will cancel out on this side. I'm left with 64 equals 2x. My last step here is to divide by 2. So x equals 32. Now, since x equals a number, that means that 32 is the only number I can plug into this equation to make both sides of it true. Let's do another one. Alright, if I have 6t plus 3 equals 3 times 2t plus 1. Make sure you have this one down as well. This side, I don't have to distribute. I can just bring it down. This side, I do have to distribute. 3 times 2t will give me 6t. 3 times 1 will just give me 3. In order to get t alone, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 6t from both sides. The 6t's will cancel out. I'm left with 3 equals 3. And since 3 equals 3, infinite solution, or all real numbers. Let's do another one. Example 3. Make sure you have this one down. This one's really, really long, but we're going to distribute and we'll be good. Alright, I'm going to bring down my 8x. I'm going to go ahead and distribute through this first set. 4 times 4x will give me 16x. 4 times -3 will give me -12. Then if I distribute on this side, 4 times 6x will give me 24x. 4 times 4 will give me 16, and then I just bring down my 4. Now my next step here is to go ahead and combine like terms. If I combine these two, 8x and 16x, because they both have x's, I have 24x minus 12 equals 24x. 16 and -4 are like terms. I'm going to put them together, and that's going to give me 12. If I go ahead and subtract 24x from both sides, 24's will cancel out. I'm left with -12 equals 12. And since -12 is not the same as 12, this equation has no solution. Alright guys, this is going to seem super, super random. Like, why is she throwing it in with this lesson? But we're going to talk about functions, okay? There's one question on your benchmark about this, so I think it's worth it, and it's super easy once we get it down. So what is a function? A function is any relationship with an x-y relationship. For something to be a function, every x value of an object being graphed can only have one y value. Write that down on your notes page. Every x value can only have one y value. So if I were to roughly graph, if I had this graph of a straight line, every x value here, let's say right here, will only have one corresponding y value. It will only hit the graph once in one different place. Same thing down here. This x value will only have one y value. The way that you can tell whether something is a function is through what's known as the vertical line test. Okay? So, what I mean by that is, say I had this straight line. The vertical line test simply means if I draw a straight line down, this is a vertical line, will it only hit my function once? Boom, it only hits it once. So this line is a function. If it hits it more times than once, not a function. Let's do some examples of that. All right, so here for answer choice for A, I have this huge circle. In order to figure out if it's a function, I'm just going to do the vertical line test. I'm going to draw a vertical line through it. Boom, it hits it twice. The line hits the function, hits this circle twice, which means that this is not a function because these 2 points have different y values. Every x value has 2 different y values. So if I was right here at 1, it has a y value of -3 and 3 up here, not a function. Now let's look at this parabola here. If I were to draw a straight line through it, boom, it only hits it once, right here. This is a function. C. Again, I'm going to go ahead and draw a vertical line. Doesn't matter where you draw through it. Only hits it once. This is a function. And then D, this little swingy line. If I draw a vertical line through it, only hits it once. This is a function. Another example of a non-function might be, if you see this. If I have a sideways parabola, if I draw a straight line through it, boom, hits it twice, not a function. So those are the 2 skills we're going to work on today. That's it for me. Let's practice.